correctly. So my name is Varsha. I teach Indian cooking. I teach Indian cooking the easy way using 7 everyday spices. So in my spice tin I have mustard seeds and cumin seeds. They're the whole seeds that I'm going to use to start this really simple dish. I'm doing a variation of a classic Gujarati dish or an Indian dish. It's called Sambaro, but I'm just adding a little bit of a twist to it so that I can show you how I use all these spices and creating a beautiful layer of flavors. So we've got carrots and cabbage. I've got a sliced green chili. Here I've got some curry leaves and some peas and sweet corn. So it's all going to cook really quickly. It's a lovely, really lovely fresh dish. To it, I will then add my whole spices. I'm just letting the pan slightly heat up, and then I've got turmeric, chili powder, ground coriander and garam masala. So we're going to start off with the whole spices, then I'm going to put in my veggies. I'm going to put then in the dried spices so they don't burn. I'm going to allow that to cook a little bit, and then I'm going to finish off with the finishing flavor of and spice, a little bit of garam masala, but also freshly chopped coriander and lemon juice. So all it is flavor upon flavor of layer upon layer upon layer upon flavor. So gradually adding in just a little bit of olive oil. I've got a couple of teaspoons. My oil is nice and hot. I don't want it to be too hot, but just this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to add a couple of mustard seeds, and I don't want the mustard seeds to burn. Now if you put the mustard seeds and the oil is too hot, the mustard seeds are going to burn, and that's what will create bitterness in your dish. So look, I'll show you. So I'll pop that on, and the mustard seeds, as soon as they kind of like start to pop, that's when they are ready. So we're nearing that stage. So this is when I'm going to add my mustard seeds because I don't want them to burn. Can you hear that pop? Okay, my temperature is medium to hot. Now if I'd thrown them in and they all just started to pop immediately, I would have burnt those, and we don't want them to burn. Now I'm going to add my cumin seeds, and the cumin seeds are going to sizzle. And what's happening initially right now is as the oils are being released, the aroma is being released as well. Now I'm going to add my sliced up carrots. There you go. So I've given them enough time for those whole spices to release their oils and that beautiful aroma. So I'll add the carrots, and I want this dish to have a little bit of a nice bit of a crunch to it as well. So that's the reason why I'm using this dish, to show you how I use the spices to add different layers of flavour. Carrots have been added in. I'll just stir them up. And it's always nice to have that slight little bit of a crunch as well. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the rest of my ingredients. So I've got shredded cabbage. You can use red cabbage as well. Also in this dish, you can also add red cabbage as well. Red cabbage would work really nicely too. Now for flavour, I've got some green chili sliced up, so I will actually add those as well. Or you could add a little bit of red chili as well if you haven't got the green chili. I'll put that one in. I'll just add a little bit more of that. That is fine. And then I'm also going to add some salt, and this will bring out the flavour a little bit more of the spices. And always add salt, but I always kind of like know that later on I'm going to taste it, and it's very important to taste as you go as well, so that then if I do want to add more seasoning, I can add it. Okay, half a teaspoon of turmeric, and traditionally I don't put in coriander in this dish, but I'm just going to show you how today, also that Indian cooking is very flexible as well, and so I am going to add some coriander just to show you how I add the spices in the different stages, whereby the whole spices went in first, which was the mustard seeds and cumin seeds. And now once we've got my veggies in here, I've added the dried spices, and what that's going to do is prevent those ground spices from burning. And this is smelling lovely. Now, this is a dish called Sambaro, but I'm just going to add an extra little bit to it. So in my freezer, I always had some frozen veggies. They always come in so handy. So that was sweet corn, and here I've got some frozen peas as well. Pop them in. And this is a really great side dish. You can have this alongside your curry. Let's say you've got chickpea curry, or you could just have it on its own with some rice and chapatis, or if you're having a dal. Now in this lovely weather right now, if you've got having a barbecue, it would be great as a nice little side alongside your barbecue, like a lovely kind of a Indian flavoured kind of a crunchy salad, and then you could just kind of like have it at room temperature as well. So let's just give that a couple of minutes to get all those flavours to fuse through. And if you've just joined me, well, I'm Varsha. I teach Indian cooking using simply the 7 everyday spices. I've always used them. And if you've just seen, I've just started off initially, heated up the oil. Make sure you don't burn that oil. We don't want the oil to burn. Not the oil, we don't want the oil to get really hot so that the spices burn. That's what I'm trying to say. So we've got mustard seeds and cumin seeds. They went in first. Then I added my carrots and cabbage. Then I went in with a little bit of chili powder, because I did put green chili in, turmeric and ground coriander. Now what I also have is ground cumin, but I left that out because I had the cumin seeds in there. And then the salt to bring out the flavours of all those spices. So as you can see, it's layer upon layer of different spices and the veggies all creating lovely flavours. Now the last bit I'm going to do is I'm going to add some fresh coriander. And when I use coriander as well, I add everything, not just the leaves but the stalks as well. And then just slice that finely, and that goes in towards the end. And now to give a lovely freshness to this dish as well, I've got some fresh lemon. You could have fresh lime as well. And I will finally finish off with just a little bit of a sprinkle of Garam Masala, which is the finishing spice. Don't have to add that. That just adds an extra depth of flavour. The Garam Masala, meaning warming, is made from warming spices, whole spices, ground together, like cinnamon, cardamom, cloves, ground ginger. Every single family has its own little Garam Masala recipe, but they're the main things that are in it. Cinnamon, cardamom, cloves. You can put star anise into them in order to bulk it up as well. Some families also put in cumin seeds and coriander seeds. That bulks it up as well, so that is all fine. What else can go in there? Nutmegs, star anise, I did say that's some mace as well, and bay leaf as well. So it's a blend of spices. So garam meaning warm, masala meaning spices. Okay, here we go. So now I'm going to just finish this dish off. And remember, I've just left it as a really lovely dish to show you, mainly to just show you how these 7 everyday spices are used. So they're not all thrown in once. They are used with oil that's just coming to a temperature so that they don't burn. And when you put them in, like the mustard seed and the cumin seeds, that's when the oils and the aroma is released, and then they don't burn. If you put the spices into hot oil, they will burn. That will cause your dish to be bitter, and that's also the reason why I put in the chili powder and the turmeric in after I put the veggies in, or in a dish when you put the onions in, because then you've got the moisture from the ingredients, be it onions or be it the cabbage and carrots, or be potatoes as well. And so that's the role of those ground spices. And then you've got the finishing spice, which I'm going to show you now, Garam Masala. And so at the end, we'll add a little bit of Garam Masala. Let me throw in freshly chopped coriander, seeds and stalk. Don't forget the stalk. And a lovely sprig of lemon juice. And there you go. I'm Varsha. And yes, if you want to learn Indian cooking, I really simplify it. Come and join me over on my community in school. The link is in the bio. I'd love to have you there. I just use these 7 everyday spices. Recipes are really easy. There is no strict rule except one strict rule, and that is do not burn your spices. And it's all about delicious Indian dishes full of flavor, healthy and nutritious. So yeah, I'll see you next time. And this dish, let me just show you, is a twist on the traditional dish Sambaro. And this is really great. It's full of crunch, it's full of texture, it's full of flavor. You can eat it just like this on its own, or have it with some rice, have it with some chapatis, some naan, have it with your barbecue, have it in a sandwich with some cheese on it. It is that flexible. And that's what I do with Indian cooking as well. It's healthy, it's nutritious, but I also give it lots of flexibility as well, because we're all got different lifestyles, different diets, and we've got to make it delicious and accessible. And Indian cooking and using spices is absolutely beautiful. So thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time.